Hi guys, we're going to do another card pull, quick card pull here. This is filmed on February 18th, Wednesday, February 18th. First card that was right at the bottom of they were stuck inside the box. I was like, who can go wrong with the sun? You know, the sun's returning to the earth depending where you are. You know, spring is in 25 days? You know, we're going to start hearing the tree frogs. Can't wait for that. So it's just letting you know, like, grounding yourself, like, you know, that time is that transition. Maybe you're finding yourself wanting to do like spring cleaning activities. I find myself like little things here and there, you know. It's not so much bothering, but it's just like, walking up down the stairs, cleaning the rails and stuff like that. And it's just like, could use a little freshening up with some paint. You know what I mean? It's just like little things. For me, it just, I don't know, it does something for my brain. It's just like, when I see the paint starting to come off, I don't know what kind of paint they use, like the interior paint here, but if I can get some and just do like a quick little touch up there, just makes it, I don't know, brings back the feng shui, opening up the windows. People say it's like burping the house, but as soon as it's able to be like, a nice temperature where you can sleep comfortably with piles of blankets on, but it's nice and fresh in the room, it's just gives you a totally different feeling. So sunflowers may be significant. Sunflowers has been really prominent in the past couple of quick card pulls there, but the purity of your energy, the purity of you, what you're trying to bring to the world, and it's just saying you will succeed on what you're trying to bring into this world, and it's going to take a little bit of hard work and dedication, but you will get there. Major message that has been coming out a lot is minding your intuition, being like listening to spirit, like literally, like it was snowing last night, and I swear it looked like rain, but it was snow. It was like snow pellets. I was like, this is gonna be nothing. I'll be gone by the time I wake up. Oh heck no! They called for 2 centimeters. It was like 10. I was like, what in the nonsense is it? Perfect for making snowmen, but it's time to. I know they're supposed to be rams or something like that, but kind of looks like sheep, and it's like spring. Easter's coming up. Purim is coming up, so Passover's coming up, so these, I feel like sheep could be significant in some way. My son was lucky enough, he got up to charge his phone and there was a beautiful big deer in the backyard. I was like, oh, make my heart swoon, so beautiful. But some of you will see this as a king coming into your life, that is financially stable. Whatever resonates with you, take. I'm not here to argue with anyone, but for me, I feel like the kings are like the stern ones, where the mothers are the nurturers. Fathers can be nurturers as well, but the masculine, I feel like it's like listening to your intuition. If you hear the animals of the air, and you know what I mean? You hear the crows cawing, and you can hear the messages in there. I know people are like, you've gone off to cuckoo delulu land a little too much, but if you know, you know. Again, for some of you, this will be someone coming in offering you a cup. We were really emphasizing on the armor of the knight yesterday. I believe it was the Knight of Wands that we got, and I was like, the armor really stood out here. Like, they are wearing armor in these cards, but I don't feel like they stand out so much. You're just used to, like, that's what they wear. For some of you, this could be what you've prayed for. So for some of you, this is romantic love. Some of you have been calling in relationships. And this is the year for relationships. If you're looking for one, doesn't mean the first offer that comes in you have to entertain. Stay true to you. You know what I mean? It's just like some of us are, those 80s babies, or around 80s, early 90s, and it's just like, unfortunately, we've gone through separation. They're saying trial, but trial, separation. So trial, separation, or I don't know what the trial is. Maybe you try to make it work and it didn't work. But because they were saying earlier, it's like some of you will meet someone that's currently in a relationship, and to each your own, but for me, I cannot do that. Someone that has come from losing their partner, you know what I mean, and came out of the blue, is like, that was never in the plan. What I always say, it's never, that wasn't on the bingo card. It's just like, it's like you cherish relationships. I'm the type of person that really cherishes and honors relationships, and that is not in my wheelhouse, and I'm not going to entertain any of that. You know what I mean? So I feel like you do what you boo-boo, but I'm just saying, if the shoe was on the other foot, you wouldn't want that happening. But I feel like the strong, prominent, I am getting that resonate. I guess this could be just resonating for me, that it's just like the way that we ask for things to happen. They were talking about this before, blessing someone's hands, utilizing someone's hands, energy, resources to help your situation, help you, because they know you, that you will utilize it and help others. You know what I mean? Where they were taught, we were talked about this yesterday, where it's like, they're like, I'll give you $1 or double it and pass it on. They're like, double it and pass it on. So it's just like, it helps you in the moment. And then when you have that resource, you double it and you pay it forward. So we are in this potent celebration time of year from the Lunar New Year that was yesterday. And the celebrations last till March 3rd. So it is the new moon. It was a lunar eclipse yesterday. So this waning, so you'll start to see the sickle in the sky till the full moon. So this is, again, establishing boundaries, calling back in your tribe. So like, dogs, wolves howling at the moon. Heading into Pisces energy. So this is where it's like some people kind of, showed you who they were. And it's just like, I only give one chance. You screw me over, that's it. Like, I learned my lessons. I'm not here to learn 2-3 times. Like, some of us are seasoned, you know what I mean? Not well seasoned yet, but we're seasoned. It's like we learned the troubles and tribulations. It's like we're trying to learn the first time, not the thrice time, not the 8th time, not the 10th time. Like, life is going quicker and quicker, and it's just like, speeding up, and it's just like we're trying to utilize every moment and valuing your peace, protecting your peace. And it's like, we're not bringing toxic people into that situation. As entertaining as it may be, I guess, because they have always the juicy gossip, but it's like, if they're talking about other people, they're more than likely, whatever you tell them, they're bringing back to others. I love when you see cards in your mind's eye and then they actually come out in the deck, because I was feeling this definite 6 of Pentacles balancing out things again, where it's like, you weren't able to sit there and utilize your resources to help others. Like they said, they're like, I have $1. Do I double it and pass it on? Or do you want the $1? And they're like, double it and pass it on. A lot of people say double it and pass it on. So I feel like this is where we were talking about, they are utilizing with that 9 of Cups. They're coming in. Someone's going to come in, assist you, and you're going to utilize that assistance to help others. And that's the thing. It's just like, don't do it to the point where you end up back in a situation that hurts you. Like, that's never what is being asked of. You know what I mean? It's just like you're coming out of the coffee shop. They always show this image. This young lady's coming out of the coffee shop. She gets a coffee, and there's something in the bag. So it looks like kind of like Tim Hortons, because it's a brown bag, and it has the red writing on it. And it's like, it could be a bagel, could be whatever it is, right? And you have change. And it's just like, some people like, I give change to them every day. Okay, give what you can. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you have to give them a big chunk of change, or you can offer, hey, I'm about to go in. Do you want a coffee? Do you want a sandwich? Like, can I help you out in any way? Maybe they're just hungry. If you're like, oh, what are they going to use the money for? You know what I mean? So it's just like, hey, I'm going in. Do you want me to grab you some food? Do you want a hot soup? Do you want, like, especially Tim Hortons? I used to work there. I don't know if the rules are different now, but, we would sell soup and chili and all that stuff, because people would buy their lunch and take it with them for work, so they wouldn't have to go back out at lunchtime. Maybe they're going to work through their lunch. So that's what I'm saying. It's just like, where you can. Don't do it so it hurts yourself and it hurts your pocketbook, where you can't buy your gas, groceries, because that's the thing. It's like, no matter where you go, you don't have to go to a dedicated building or anything like that. As long as you have a good heart, you're good. You know what I mean? Don't listen to anyone else. You are a good person. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Get rid of all the noise. So this is the time to be planting seedlings. A lot of people, like I could see Maya Knight, she's asking where you're buying your bulbs and stuff like that. Her area is warmer than ours, so I don't know if we're going to be able to plant the tulips and stuff like that, but we'll see. But, I feel like it could be actually sowing seeds, getting ready for this gardening season. This year, we're not planting any vegetables. We're only going to sit there and plant flowers. I don't even know if I could use spices. I doubt it, because you're consuming it, but this is a rest year for us, so that's fine. Put that energy elsewhere. But this could also be you actually planting seeds and wanting to grow something. So maybe you've already planted the seeds, you've already put your energy into that, you're looking at certain things, like how to utilize it, and now you're getting ready they're saying pull the trigger, and I'm not trying to be insensitive or anything. That's what they're saying. I mean, you're going to sit there and start this. So exactly with the Lunar New Year, it's like you're starting this off right. Remember, retrograde is starting, but if you have that, you feel like you want to start, go for it. Like, don't let anything hold you back. You know what I mean? Like, because I've had people ask me, like, I have a house that came up, it's during retro. I'm like, buy it. Like, what are you waiting for? The bad part with one was that the person lost it, and this is what came out in her reading as well. And I said, remember I told you you're going to lose it to someone that had lost it to foreclosure? And she's like, yeah. So they left everything in the house. So I was like, this was in the Toronto area. I'm like, post it on buns. Tell everybody come get whatever they want. You need, like, gift cards for food, or if you need avocados or something, tell them, bring me produce, bring me this, bring me that. So you don't have to buy it. Bring me toilet paper. Bringing, like, that's what I loved about buns was, like, we utilized that when we were moving, unfortunately, to New Brunswick, but it was like brand new futons and stuff like that. Bring me boxes, bring me newspaper so I can wrap my stuff up in. And the guy was just like, oh my God, this is brand new. I'm like, yeah, well, I can't utilize it, so just take it. And he was like, okay, are you sure? I was like, yep. That's what the site was about, is trading instead of utilizing money in that way. So this is what I feel like your fear is holding you back. It could be that there's something else holding you back. Maybe it's just the timing, you're busy. It's just, but I don't feel like it's emotional. I just feel like it's like you're afraid to move forward with this, because you planted the seeds. And it's like, I feel like, because, if it's like social media, like, people are always gonna say something no matter what you do. You know what I mean? Good, bad, ugly, someone always has an opinion. So, that's why I usually screenshot when someone gives me feedback on the, like, the days that I don't feel, you know what I mean? It's just like, I look at that and I'm like, one of them was on Facebook and she's like, thank you for taking the time to do this. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. Because sometimes it's just like, it's not hitting the way it should. And it's just like, should I even do this? And like, post certain things. And she, she DMs me and I'm like, that is so sweet of you. Thank you. Like, like that alone for me is like, you're putting the right energy out. King of Cups, let the universe fill your cup. And I feel like in this situation where you're trying to plant these seeds and you're kind of unsure of it, I feel like this is where universe is like, sorry for the cards being so close, but like I said, it's quick. It's just, it's sitting there and it's just like, kind of like, we will give you the energy. We will give you the resources. I feel like this is positive encouragement, like parents do. You know what I mean? Like we're sitting there and we're giving you the encouragement. You watch out for signs and symbols if you have loved ones that have transformed, and it's just like them encouraging you, universe encouraging you. This is what you were supposed to do. This is the wheelhouse you're supposed to use. This is the skill you're supposed to utilize right now. So listen to us, go with the flow, and start doing it. And I love the fact, like, Christy Howard, she's not a gatekeeper. She's 100. She's like, she likes looking a certain way, like I do too. And she's like, I'll film, spend a day filming, and then I have so many videos. So I don't have to post it every single day. I can post one once a week. But I have that, that backup, and it'll be like, oh, I have this. As I have ideas. So, and there's filters and stuff like that too. So it's just like that's what I mean. It's like utilizing, getting used to everything, and, just starting, you know what I mean? I feel like it's just, they're just like kind of pushing you a little bit, like, just start, you know what I mean? So it's getting there. I feel like there are situations that are keeping you up at night, and I can, overthinking, and I catch myself. I'm like, you don't need to be wasting your energy. One thing that I got today was like changing this, like, your belief system with a certain thing. And I'm just like, okay, makes sense. Instead of putting all that energy into worrying and this and that, it's just like, God, I know you hear me. You know my worries. It's just like, what's going through my head. I trust that you'll take care of it. And that's all you need to do. Say it out loud. Say, I know we feel weird. I know with my situation, because someone's like, oh, Delulu, you're talking to, you think you're talking to, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? You don't get it. You don't get it. That's fine. You're of this earth. I'm not. So, asalu. I feel like this is where they're talking about, like, birds of the air or anything, like messages that come in. Been getting a lot of those. When I started doing the quick pulls, the lights were flickering, and I was like, oh my God. And then I'm like, please don't cut out all the lights, because, like, I just used my last light bulb because it ended up exploding, right? So I was just like, let's not do that. Let's not do those things, because this happened when Shane passed away. I was like, let's not do that. I appreciate you being here, but don't blow the bulbs. You know what I mean? And I feel like this is also like what you are working on will take you out of hermit mode. You know what I mean? Where you felt like this isolation, or you feel like, it'd be nice to have someone to kiki with or hang out with, or, you know what I mean? And it's just like, that time is over. What has kept you hostage has no place. That, you know what I mean? It's just like, building up your confidence, and it's not to be arrogant or anything like that. Whoops. Cards everywhere. This is just to sit there and just get back to living. Get back to, like, you know what I mean? We're talking about, isolation. When you go through these kind of things, it's like people aren't, as sociable with you. But I feel like this is what they're saying. That's all over. Finding, going back to that moon card, I fell on the ground, or else I'd show it. Sorry. But it's like getting back to who you are, who you were beforehand. Those parts of yourself that you missed before this whole transformation happened. For us is the 9th year next week. And it's just like, letting that come to a close. And this is all about the Lunar New Year. It's like, get excited for this new era. And for us, it's not so much that, because of the transformation, like, oh, that's it. No, not at all. It's like constantly talking about Shane, loving on him, everything. It's just like all the things we miss, and, stuff like that, and jokes and everything. And we, finding pictures, that I didn't even know we had, you know what I mean? Because I take so many pictures and photos all the time. With the boys and us going out or in the backyard or whatever we're doing. So it's like appreciating those. It's like a time capsule. It's like allows you to go back and relive those moments. I was talking to Nancy Quinn from the grief group about that, and she's like, I love photos too. So cherish those photos, cherish those moments. Last card. The only reason I kept going is because there was just this confirmation that came through, and it's just like the 6 of wands. We had the 6 of Pentacles, so 6. I don't know if we have a third 6 in there or not. I can't remember. But you are the victor wearing the wreath. This is all about Chariot. This is, we've got a lot of horse energy in here. It's like being patient, the purity of the horse. 3 white horses. The purity of your heart. That's what I'm saying. Don't listen to what other people say. Listen to who you are. You are a good person. That's all that matters. You're a good person. You put your best foot forward every day. You don't belong to a certain group. Don't worry. You're not supposed to belong in that group. If you don't feel welcome somewhere, you weren't meant to be there. That is not. And I guarantee you, Doms to Donuts, when you switch everything and you're doing certain things, oh, remember us? We were such good friends back in the. It's like, I'm not the same person I used to be, darling. So, you know what I mean? It's like, keep moving forward. My girlfriend got me this cute little pin. She sent it to me. And it's just like, I keep it by me. I was just like, oh my God, that's the Chariot. But it's so cool because it's a skeleton. It's like a unicorn too. I love unicorns. And the wine. Gotta love the wine. But you know what I mean? That's how you have to be Delulu. Hi, good evening. It's 1818 on the timer. So I feel like going with, like, they're telling you to move forward. You are going to be the victor wearing the wreath. You started off with the sun. So what you're trying to start is not going to fail. Even if sometimes it does look like it's failing, it's like, it's kind of like the tree, like where we see the expansion of the leaves and the branches, like, every spring, it doesn't look like, oh, we're not going to get and all of a sudden just nature does her thing and they just explode with leaves. Like you see the little buds and you're like, oh, but like, the leaves should be on the trees by now. And it's like, they just pop out of nowhere, especially when we go, like hiking, at the cove. It's just like, you see that, and it gets so warm in there too. But you will be successful what you're trying to accomplish here, what you're trying to start. So just keep trusting and believing in you. Your confidence is building up. This is all about confidence building. This is building you forward. So as you move forward to 2027, 28 till 2042, this is the momentum right now, which is going to carry you forward to your next era, your next chapter, whatever you're trying to accomplish. That's what's going to happen here. So keep believing in yourself, keep utilizing your skills, keep growing your skills. They're saying your assets, just keep going. Just keep moving forward. Don't let anything hold you back. People are always going to be poo-poo sayers. They're saying naysayers. Let them do what they're going to do. That doesn't affect you. Because you know what? Guess who they'll be hitting up when when everything turns out right? They'll be coming to you. Because they didn't believe in you, that's fine. That's why they were showing the moon card. Reestablish your boundaries. Only include those people that give you love and light. Not to be in a bad way, but keep those people close to you. Those people that sit there and pick you up and carry you forward when you're not, feeling 100% or having a good day. It's like, keep those people surrounded by you, because that's what's going to carry you forward. That's going to be the momentum. That's what's going to light your fire. It is a fiery horse here. May the universe bless you good.